Okay, let's try this again. 3, 2, 1. Hey there, folks! It's Rocky Red Panda. It is Wednesday, which means it's time for another food review. But before we get started, I just want to thank you guys for being with me for these food reviews every Wednesday. And for those that follow me and go to those places that I went to review. Now, make sure you support your local restaurants and businesses if you have. Thank you so much. And not only that, but they probably thank you as well. And of course, remember last week's video, we did Thermont's Country Kitchen. So yes, thank you to Country Kitchen. Best food down in Thermont, Maryland. Well, this week, we're going to go all the way over to Franklin County, at a place called Chambersburg, Pennsylvania. Now, first off, if you're talking about distance between Gettysburg and Chambersburg, about 20 to 30 minutes. It's not too bad. You just go down 30. You'll get there quick. But we're going to be talking about this place, the historic Texas Lunch. That's right, serving you since 1972. But before we get started, I'm going to mention that we're reviewing their breakfast, because I have not tried anything else on their menu. I tried their breakfast, and we're going to be reviewing their breakfast today. But don't take my word for it. Watch this video. Alright, so that looks delicious. But before we talk about the food, let's talk about the historic Texas Lunch. So, the historic Texas Lunch, as their website says, is where you can get home-cooked meals at honest prices from a locally owned family. We continue to use recipes from the 1970s that are tried and truly delicious dishes. Come try our friendly, comfortable atmosphere. I like places like this. I like places that are home cooked using recipes that most likely were passed down through the generations and family member by family member. Now with this place, the historic Texas Lunch. Now what sets us apart? I mean, why is this breakfast so different from, say, the Lincoln Diner, from Gettysburg Family Restaurant, from Perkins, from anywhere else I've done reviews for? I haven't done review for the Gettysburg Family Restaurant. That's on the list. But what sets this place apart? Well, let's first talk about the different kind of breakfast. Now, most places, you can get the same. You can get eggs, bacon, sausage, ham, pancakes, French toast, and just a few other things. That's your typical breakfast meal. Now here, the reason why this sets this place apart, there's not many places in this area that serves corned beef hash. Now, however, the Lincoln Diner does, but this place is quite different. I was not expecting this when I went there, but if you saw in that video, that corned beef hash is handmade. It's homemade, I should say. I'm saying handmade. Probably is handmade, but it's homemade corned beef hash. So instead of those little kernels that you're familiar with the potatoes and everything mixed up, this is actually real corned beef that they cut up and chopped them, made their own special corned beef hash with peppers and onions. Now that right there sets them apart. Nowhere have I been that actually has homemade corned beef hash just like that. I mean, that is just absolutely amazing, and I love it. I just absolutely love it. I tried it. I've only been there once. Actually, no, I've been there twice, but I never got to corned beef hash last time. I tried it this time, and I was not disappointed. That was one of the best corned beef hash that I've had within this area. Now, that's saying a lot. The last time I had corned beef that good was when I was up in New York State. I was at a diner up in New York State, and I actually got a corned beef omelet, which is quite different. You can't get that, especially not around this area. But this was like amazing. This was different, unique, and I liked it. So when you talk about the flavors, so the flavors of the food are really good, especially with that corned beef hash. I absolutely thought, I'm going to keep saying this, but it's different. The flavors were just right. Just the right amount of salt, just the right amount of onions and peppers. The eggs are cooked just right, because some places I've been to, they accidentally make an egg or eggs overcooked, but this place, they were cooked just right. And the portions, if you saw that video, was just enough, and of course, you had enough to take home as leftovers. Now, with the pandemic, let's talk about that, because it is a pandemic. How are they pandemic-wise? Well, social distance. Everyone is sat 6 feet apart, except you and your family, and all the waiters and waitresses wear masks. At every single table, they did have a bottle of hand sanitizer, which to me that's good. That is very good. That talks about cleanliness. And they're always cleaning and wiping down tables, so everything is A-okay when it comes to cleanliness and the COVID-19. So that's pretty good. Now with the breakfast, what else did he have? Well, they had French toast, they had pancakes, eggs, you name it. They have your typical breakfast menu. But again, that corned beef hash is what's going to set them apart. Now, if you're looking for a wonderful place to try it, it's new. This is in Chambersburg, Pennsylvania. It's on the other side of Chambersburg, Pennsylvania, off of Route 30 if you go downtown. Right there, so definitely check them out. Now, right down the road from them, what you can do is you can just pull down the alley and then keep going, and you can park back there because there's a coffee house back there that's also pretty good. I'm probably going to do a review of them called Brussels, but that'll be for later on. But the historic Texas lunch, good food, family owned, using recipes that have been in the family, or the same recipe since 1972. How about that, folks? How about that? Now, on our rating scale, how would I rate this? I'm going to rate this a 10 out of 10. Just because that corned beef hash is like none other in the area. So if you're going specifically for a good corned beef hash, go to the historic Texas lunch. Now, I don't know much about the rest of their menu, what else they have, but I assure you, if their breakfast is good, so is their lunch and dinner. Now, what about parking? I'm going to mention parking. Their parking is located right across the street from them. There's a little parking there. There's a little walkway or path for exercisers and whatnot. So there's parking. You'll be fine. You don't really need meter parking, so you'll be quite okay. Again, the historic Texas lunch located in Chambersburg, Pennsylvania, open 7 days a week, and they serve breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Now, this is Rocky Red Panda signing out for this week's food review. Next week, we're going to be looking at the Blue and Gray Grill, located downtown Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. We're going to be talking about their delicious wings. So stick around for that. But, as always, good eats, happy eating. Go try some of these places, and I will catch you later. Peace out.